All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. And this is the first video in our brand new studio. So it does look a little bit different in here, obviously. We are very excited to introduce our new studio that is now in place. And let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Take a look firstly at your regional picture of things. And as you can see, we don't have a whole lot to talk about right now. We have some very, very spotty looks like activity up here in western South Dakota, maybe a quick hitter down towards the Wanblee area, and then also out in the Black Hills region, a little bit of activity. But other than that, we are pretty quiet overall. Temperatures, we are cold out there. We got 11 degrees is all in Sioux Falls. We are at 14 degrees in Aberdeen. We're at 17 in Pierre. It's a little bit warmer out west. We're at 30 in Rapid City. 30 in Deadwood, 33 in Custer, and you go down into Nebraska, we are at 28 in Valentine, we're at 42 in Sidney, 31 in North Platte, we're at 25 in Grand Island, and it's 24 in Norfolk, 25 in Omaha right now. And into Iowa, we got 19 in Des Moines. In Des Moines, we got 12 in Cedar Rapids. It is 8 degrees in Mason City. It's 12 in Spencer. Very cold across our entire region. 8 degrees is all in Minneapolis right now. It is 10 in Marshall, 7 in Wilmer, 3 in Alexandria, and 6 in Rochester. Overall, a very cold day out there. So, but luckily not as cold as what we saw over the weekend when we had wind chills, negative 30s and negative 40s across the region. Luckily, we don't have to deal with that anymore. The worst of that cold should be behind us. We don't see any cold air like that for a while. So we're going to jump into the rest of this forecast, and we're going to look at the model runs. First, let's hear a brief word from our sponsor at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
All right, so as we take a look at the Euro model, let's play this out, the future radar picture. And we are dominated by a high pressure system, and that is going to be good for us because that will keep us calm and dry out there. We won't see any systems or anything like that. Now, as we head into tomorrow, once again, we do not see anything in the forecast. We are going to be dry. Now, I do want to mention on Thursday, there is the possibility of some light snow across western and central South Dakota, as you can see there, out towards Pierre and then the Black Hills region. So something to keep an eye on there for your day on Thursday. There could be some light snow showers out there. And same thing on Friday. Friday, there could be some light snow continuing out in western South Dakota into a little bit of Nebraska too. Potentially western Nebraska. And then, so Thursday and Friday with chances there for snow. And then on Saturday, we get a low pressure from Canada moving into our region. Looks like potentially another Alberta Clipper system pushing through our region. And eastern South Dakota, it's going to start in north central South Dakota on Saturday and then move east into eastern South Dakota Saturday evening. And then into Saturday night with snow in Minnesota and Iowa and eastern South Dakota. We're looking at the potential for some snow with this low pressure system pushing through. And So there's going to be that's going to be the system to watch as we head into your weekend. It looks like there's some potential there for a system to push through. Now, snow accumulations, it's way too early for that. Confidence at this point is fairly low, but we are still looking at that potential for this weekend. But overall, a quiet period of weather, at least for the next few days across our region. But again, it could turn more active as we head into the weekend. And then on Sunday, the system continues across mainly Iowa, and that will move out of the region. And then we'll see what happens next week. There could be maybe another system early next week on Tuesday, but overall, we are fairly quiet. But again, we're continuing to watch mainly Saturday into Sunday morning. That is a system to watch for our region. All right, now let's look at temperatures over the next few days, looking at the Euro. Let's play this out today. Again, we are cold. Temperatures in the single digits and teens mainly across our region. And then once we head into tomorrow, pretty much the same picture. You're going to notice a pattern with this forecast. It's going to look mostly the same throughout this entire forecast. Today, tomorrow, looks pretty much the same. You got single digits in Minnesota and northeast South Dakota, and then you got teens for central and eastern South Dakota into Iowa, and then you got 20s and 30s out to the west. And then on Thursday, we're looking at more of the same. Single digits in Minnesota. We got teens in Sioux Falls and eastern South Dakota. And then you got a little bit warmer temps out to the west, 20s and 30s. And then on Friday, we see very cold air once again across the region, even single digits potentially on Friday for Sioux Falls and surrounding areas. Single digits in teens on Friday. And then for your weekend, Saturday, we're kind of split. We're going to see colder air to the east in Minnesota, temperatures in the teens. We got 20s in the east and central regions, and then we got temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer out to the west with temperatures in the 40s. And then on Sunday, finishing out your weekend, it's kind of split once again. We'll have colder air in the east with temperatures in the teens and 20s, and then we'll have, looks like, 30s and 40s out west. And it does look like, though, by Sunday, we will start to finally warm up for the Sioux Falls area. I do want to make that clear. Starting on Sunday, we could be back to 30 degrees on Sunday. And then same thing on Monday. Monday, we could be back into the low 30s by Monday. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel, at least for Sioux Falls and surrounding areas. We could see a little bit of a warm up as we head into early next week. And so I want to make that clear that is what we're looking at currently. There is some light at the end of this tunnel. We've been in a very cold spell here of cold Arctic weather for quite a while now, and we're going to finally break out of that, it looks like, by Sunday into Monday, and then we'll see what happens next week. I think next week will probably be more of an up and down forecast. We'll probably see some warmer days and some cooler days, but overall, we are finally going to break out of this very cold Arctic air. And one last thing I wanted to show you guys. We are looking ahead at the longer range forecast models, and this is a map from the NOAA. This is your long range temperature forecast. This is the 6 to 10 day window. And as you can see, we are looking at a bit of a split between the eastern half of the country and the western half of the country. The eastern half of the country is going to be below normal. It's going to be colder. But the western half of the country looks to be above normal, above average for temperatures. So it will be warmer in the western half of the country. And we're kind of split in the middle here. But there is some positive news here that it looks like overall we are going to be seeing above normal, above average temperatures as we go into that 6 to 10 day window. So something to look forward to there. And then also looking at the 8 to 14 day window. I wanted to briefly show that. The 8 to 14 day window doesn't change a whole lot. Again, the eastern half of the country is going to be colder. The western half of the country is going to be warmer. And this says a 70% chance of above normal temperatures. And then up into our region, we're looking at a kind of a 50-50 shot at above normal temperatures. But it is there that we are looking at the potential there for some above average temperatures in that 8 to 14 day window. So that's that 1 to 2 week window that I mentioned earlier. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel, but we got to get through this week because this week is going to be very cold still across our region. Now, there is some exceptions that would be out in far western South Dakota, out towards Rapid City. They're going to be quite a bit warmer than Sioux Falls and everywhere else. So just wanted to give you guys some positive news here that we are going to finally break out of the Arctic cold weather. We just got to get through this week. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you guys. And drop a like on this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And be sure to also check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok as well, as we post frequently on those. So stay safe out there as always, and we'll be out for another video later today. Thank you guys for watching.